This is Mostly Grief with Matt Wilson, a story about love, loss, and everything that comes after.
Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining the group. I've decided to do all of my updates via video. That way there you can kind of see me, see how I'm doing. Really trust that what I'm telling you is not just me being super overly optimistic, although I plan to be super overly optimistic the whole time. Just wanted to do video updates instead of writing it out, because honestly it'll take me a lot less time and it'll be more fun for me and for you. So I'm doing pretty well. Treatment 1 was last
Let's
week.
just back up a little bit. You know how in movies or on TV, when someone gets told to have cancer, it's always in this calm, cinematic-like setting? You know, big doctor's office, comfy chairs, diplomas on the wall, maybe a framed photo of a waterfall with an inspirational quote underneath. The doctor's always got a crisp white lab coat on. He's wearing a tie his kids got him for Christmas, and he delivers the news nice and gently and hands over a box of tissues. That is not how it happened for my wife, Kelly, and me. No, we were in an old, overcrowded hospital on Long Island, and the doctor was wearing green scrubs and one of those paper hairnet thingies. There were no diplomas. There was no waterfall art. There was just fluorescent lights and the sound of a broom on the floor. The date was March 10th, 2020. And Kelly was there for an ultrasound-guided colonoscopy. Now, if that date sounds familiar to you, it's because it was right at the start of COVID. Before all the lockdowns, though, but after everyone started wearing masks and using their sleeves to open doors. In the waiting room, the local news was talking about one of the first COVID cases on Long Island, a bus driver who tested positive. And I remember looking at Kelly and thinking, holy cow, we gotta get out of here. After her test, they called me back from the waiting room, and she was sitting in one of those recovery recliners, you know, the kind that's parked behind a thin curtain. It was really late in the day, so housekeeping was already sweeping the floors. So they rolled her out into the hallway next to this old metal file cabinet that looked like it hadn't been opened since the 90s. And we were trying to decide whether to stop for food on the way home or just grab Starbucks and head back to Connecticut. Then the doctor walked up, still in scrubs, still in the hairnet, looks down at his clipboard, and then he said, "I have your test results. It's cancer." And that was it. No details, no next steps, no here's what this means. He just said he'd forward the results to Kelly's doctor, and then he kind of walked away. We were like, all right. So we hustled out of COVID hospital, got in the car, found a Starbucks, and drove towards the Whitestone Bridge. On the way home, we started asking questions that everyone probably asks when their world suddenly tilts off its axis. We were asking, who do we tell? What do we do now? What kind of cancer is it? How serious is it? Am I going to be okay? The answers to those questions all came later. This is Mostly Grief with Matt Wilson. It's the story of my wife, Kelly's cancer journey and what came after. Now, my hope is that by sharing this, someone out there who's going through something similar will know that they're not alone, and maybe you'll pick up something helpful from these episodes. Or maybe you'll just hear something that sounds familiar and realize that what you're feeling is totally normal. So we'll start at the beginning. This was chapter 1, the diagnosis. Our next chapter, chapter 2, the plan, will be out next week.